So in one of my previous videos, when I was still in Irvine, I spoke about my concern on returning to SDSU for in-person instruction. Basically, my main concern is being back in San Diego in general because of all the attacks that happened to me last year, shortly before I disappeared. To give an update on how I've been doing lately, well, during the past 3 months, I feel okay for the most part. However, I can't say that I feel 100% safe. Did anything happen since I returned? Well, um, I did encounter some people on campus who I suspect to be associated with CCP. I ran for it. Um, I spoke about this in my other video, but yeah, one of the people that I suspect, that very same day, after I encountered him, 3 hours later, I received a random call from mainland China. So yes, about calls, I have received quite a few weird calls, and there were people speaking Mandarin. Uh, I've had people that sent me messages on WhatsApp, claiming that they know me and want to connect with me, and it was all in Chinese. And there are times, maybe it's my paranoia, I do feel like someone is following me or monitoring me while I'm on campus. Ever since I came back to San Diego, I always tell myself to take precaution, but don't be paranoid and don't assume things. However, I've been doing that a lot. It's just all the things that happened to me last year. It's heavy trauma, and just I still have like flashbacks on what happened to me last year. To briefly explain what happened, I was getting a lot of threatening messages on my Facebook from Chinese people. If I have to give a wild estimate, maybe over 100 people sending me friends requests, and most of these were Chinese people. And it happened on my IG as well. People requesting to follow me, but for the most part, it happened on Facebook, which is why I am not on social media. I haven't been on Facebook or IG for over a year, and I am afraid to log in to see all those um, all those heinous messages. And yeah, I know people have told me that there were things posted on my Facebook which did raise a lot of concerns, and I really don't know how to deal with it. And to maybe it's selfish of me, but I don't want to deal with it right now. It's really destroying my mental health. For now, I just want to focus on moving forward, focus on what I can do for Hong Kong, and graduate from SDSU. But yeah, last year, shortly before I disappeared, I was getting a lot of threatening messages on my Facebook and IG. And last March, after my Uber video went viral, I did receive a lot of hate comments from presumably Asian Americans, Chinese people, that I'm calling myself Hong Konger and not Chinese, and I must be a self-hating Asian or a white worshiper. I mean, it happened a long time ago, before all those messages on Facebook and IG. Even when I was living in Irvine, I still received a lot of threatening texts such as these. It happened less after I moved to Irvine, but in San Diego, yes, a lot of threatening messages. I don't even know how they got my phone number, which is the scary part. And I also got a lot of calls. And another scary thing is there was some dude following me when I was in convoy. And the way he confronted me seemed like he knew a lot about me, even though I never seen him in my life. And I am suspecting that someone in my church community is friends with him, and he just gave my information to him. That's why he's been following me. Basically, when he followed me and confronted me, he was telling me that I need to stop what I'm doing, like trying to spread awareness for the situation in Hong Kong because Hong Kong is part of China and all those BS. Ever since all these attacks towards me last year began because I'm Hong Konger, I was living in fear. But what hurt me the most was not the attacks towards me, but to other people around me who supports Hong Kong. For example, my professor in that Asian studies class, I remember that night when we had to call the campus police. When they came, she was in tears because she was scared. She was being threatened by her own students because of her free will to support Hong Kong. Ever since I came back to San Diego from Irvine, am I still living in fear? Yes, I am. Whenever I go on campus, whenever I work on campus, I am afraid that somehow I might be jumped by Chinese people who support CCP. And I believe they will do it because last year in my Asian studies class, they had the nerve to verbally attack me in a class full of 30 students with the professor being present, and then later threatening the professor herself, me, and several other students who support Hong Kong. Not just on campus, when I am out with my friends eating, when I'm shooting videos for my YouTube channel, when I'm going to the gym, I'm afraid that I might be jumped randomly because I'm Hong Konger. And what sucks is I am like the only Hong Konger here in San Diego. I know I'm not the only Hong Konger, but one of the very few. There aren't many Hong Kongers here in San Diego. So going to Convoy, going to Ranch 99 or Zion Market, I'm afraid that I might be jumped. I know what they want me to do. They want me to stop spreading awareness for Hong Kong. They want me to stop wearing t-shirts or face masks that says Free Hong Kong, Liberate Hong Kong. They want me to acknowledge myself as Chinese, not Hong Konger. However, I'm not going to do that. I can't lie. If I say I'm Chinese, I'm lying. And as long as I'm still alive, I will continue to do what I can for Hong Kong. Ever since I came out to advocate for Hong Kong, I lost some, I gained some. A lot of people are afraid to keep in touch with me due to threatened security and maybe other reasons too. Fortunately, Hong Kongers do not have a positive light outside, especially since here in USA, a lot of people are bootlegging CCP. They just want their money. So as I am still here in San Diego, whenever I'm outdoors, going to class, working catering, eating lunch or dinner with friends, shooting videos for my YouTube channel, introducing San Diego and other places, as I'm doing all of those, if suddenly I get attacked, just know that this is a sacrifice that I am making as a Hong Konger. A lot of people are afraid of CCP, but I'm not. Like the Chinese journalist Chen Zhousi said before he disappeared, 我怕你共产党吗? So yeah, ever since I came back to San Diego, during these past 3 months, I am still living in fear. I'm not showing it because I don't want to be too paranoid, but I am taking precaution. To everyone that do support Hong Kong, I appreciate every single one of you. To freedom.